confirmation.
Notice,
Let me just say that it's gonna be important for everybody that's not real close to the middle there to speak up.
Okay.
thank you, Chris. It's, we posted it on the 29th according to statutory requirements, so we are in business.
Roll call.
Yep, Cookie Finch. Here. Roger Schultz.
Here.
I am here. Shannon.
Here.
Steve Abul.
Here.
Dick Picola.
Here.
Jenny Palmer.
Here.
George Fisher.
Here.
Monica Heigl. Here. Marv Howard.
Here.
Tammy Alborn. Here. Tiffany Conklin. Here. Barb Carey. No.
Nope.
Gus Miller. No. And John West. No.
Review and approve the mailing to the owners and the amendment of the insurance provision. Up for discussion.
Okay, just to give it a little history to make sure that we're all on the same page, which I think we are from the discussions we've had. The ad hoc committee was formed and worked very diligently to have about 3 meetings so far. 2 or 3 anyway,
Keep account.
and they came up with which,
Oh, I'm just giving paperwork back.
oh,
Okay, thank
okay.
It went right.
And the committee is proposing that the owners, that the amendment that you all have in your hand is being distributed to owners for a vote. It's anticipated that should the owners pass this, we have an attorney's opinion that we will not have to get an approval from the mortgage holders, which is a very positive thing, that we can get the owners to approve this. That means that we can look to lower the wind damage portion of the insurance in value to maybe 15 million. Some people will say, why can't we go to 50 million just to make sure? And the 50 million, where our insurance agent has told us that we probably wouldn't get much of an appreciable lowering until we get down to the 15 million basis. If we stay at 25 and up, there'll probably be no appreciable savings. If we go down to 15 million, which includes the 1,000-year storm at 11 million's worth of damage, we could have the savings as much as $500,000 in the premium, which is, I think we equated to for every $100,000 we come down, we save the owner about $175 a year in premiums. So we could considerably lower their rates. 5 times 175 is probably around $800. So that's what we're projecting. Okay. The process is I hold an owners meeting. The process is that if we have a quorum at that meeting, 60% of if the board passes today this to send it out, at least a majority of the board that at the owner meeting, you need 60% of a duly quorumed meeting. And I think we figured that at about 180 approval roughly. So if we can get at least 281 proxies and people in person coming to the unit owner meeting, and then at least 180 of those to say yes to this, we should be in business. We could register the document, and then when the premiums come in, or when it's time to rate the premiums, we can make the decision whether we want to go to the $15 million. You're not bound on it, but you have the ability to do it if there's an issue. In other words, if things ever get uncrazy again, which is very hard to believe, if they ever do and drop down, then at that time you can take you can ease it up and maybe include a little bit more. But right now, with the premiums the way they are, the $1.4 million that we're projecting in our budget, that is adopted, will have to stay. But if we can reduce it, say to 900,000, that's $500,000 less. Obviously, then we can make some adjustment in the fees if the board so sees so. So we need 2 weeks of mailing to notify it. And then, even if it's over the holiday season and people are traveling, and we have trouble getting the magic number of 281 proxies, proxies have a 90-day life. We wouldn't adjourn the owners meeting. We'd continue it to a date certain. And we really want to have our ducks in the pond, quote unquote, by certainly January 30th at the latest. Because then the rating for our insurance rates could be given by February 1st. And then we'll get an idea by February 12th or 15th of what the premium will be. Any questions?
Pretty much.
On a Monday, I didn't fumble the ball, I guess.
After your weekend, that's a good
After a
deal.
weekend in New Orleans, I don't know.
Great.
Anyway,
Next meeting.
so basically you're here to review, let's review the documents you have in front of you in case there's any questions. We've got three documents here. You've got the amendment itself. Well, we'll start, let's go with it. The amendment itself, written by the attorney. By Florida statute, the requirements are anything added to the declaration has to be underlined. Anything struck from the or have a line through is taken out of the document. Okay, so basically the addition to this document is the association shall use its best effort to obtain wind insurance coverage adequate to protect condominium property by the association. Okay,
Can we go up to the explanation first, though?
sure.
Okay, the very first sentence, this proposed amendment eliminates the requirement that the association maintain wind insurance upon all of the insurable improvements of the entire condominium. Or, that doesn't make sense.
Well, no, it doesn't, and you're right, that's a good point, because we changed it. Because the first version that she sent did eliminate it. So we'll have to get her to, and I can explain, or we can get her to change it.
Shouldn't it just be condominium association? That would be the only change.
No, because we're not eliminating.
No, but the rest of the sentence clarifies that, John.
Entire condominium for the full replacement or insurable, but just the word condominium by itself without the word association doesn't make sense.
According to the attorney, it does.
Well, then she needs to go back to school.
Okay. No, you're right. That's right. She did change the top. So, well, I mean, you could put anything you want in there.
That's what I'm saying. It's the explanation. It's not the actual
It's not the
amendment.
actual amendment.
Yeah. So you want to put condominium association?
I think that makes more sense.
We can do that. She'll add that. That's not a problem. Okay. How about the verbiage? Any changes that anybody sees there?
That's good enough.
Oh, yeah, that's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Association is there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Leslie,
To.
be very
speak to-
disappointed if you didn't have
I
something
know.
to say.
To speak to Pam Flanagan's wish to have condominium inserted into the top.
No, not condominium association. The word condominium. it
He's
is
talking
there.
about way up here.
That's what
No, she's
Yeah.
talking about yeah.
but I want to point out that in the coverage, what we are proposing to add doesn't say condominium association. And I think that's why the attorney left it without the word, because what else would the declaration of condominium?
Well, except if you read that entire sentence in the actual amendment. The association shall use its best efforts to obtain wind insurance coverage adequate to protect
Right.
condominium property. So there's a word after condominium to explain what they're talking about. In the explanation, there is nothing after condominium to explain. If it says entire condominium property, that would be one thing, but it doesn't say anything. It's just one condominium. Whose condominium?
So you're proposing to add,
Well, association or condominium property, or if you want to make it like it is in the amendment, I would say suggest condominium property,
Not association.
not association.
Right.
That might make more sense.
That would make more
That
sense.
make more sense.
Yeah, condominium property, right? That's up on the explanation,
Right.
Okay,
okay? If it, Leslie, you okay down below now?
Yep.
Okay,
we like things matchy.
yes. Okay, the next document is the proxy itself, which of course has no date or time, because we didn't know at the time, which obviously will be filled in. The proposed time would be the second Monday in January.
Oh, that's okay. Oh, the next next.
And you don't have this?
I do now.
Second Monday, John,
Second Monday,
so not the day of the board meeting,
not the day of, no,
okay,
Oh,
no.
because this is an owners meeting, not a board meeting.
that's
Second,
just wanna understand.
Mhm.
John, didn't we talk about doing it the day of the board meeting?
We did talk about it during the day of board meeting, and we said no. We gain a whole lot of time,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
but we can do it the day of the board meeting too. You know, you're right, it was under discussion.
That gives you enough time that you need to do what you have to do at that point.
I actually.
Well, what happens is, yeah, the board meeting won't be till to the 15th. And if we have it, say, on the 8th, that gives us a whole week to get the mailing out and everything else, the gaming on the mark. So I think
When you get the mailing, I mean, I don't know if the
No, no,
mailing's
no.
going out now.
the mailing's going out now, but by the time it'll give us more time to get proxies if we don't, if we don't get, there. That's what I meant to say.
So that if we had to stop the meeting on the 8th, we could. not
Continue
adjourn
it.
But continue it on
Yeah,
the.
say to the
board
29th
meeting.
or
Yeah,
something
right.
like that,
Or on the, at the board meeting.
or at the board meeting to get it. That's right.
And time of day for that meeting?
Well, that's up to y'all.
Okay.
Why not 10 o'clock, but that's up to you all.
The space is available at any time that day.
On
Good.
the 8th.
I wouldn't change the time. Board, the owners are used to coming at 1
Yeah.
o'clock or 2 o'clock, whatever it is. Don't change the time.
Okay, makes sense. Okay, so the proxy will now read Wildwood Springs Monday, January 8th, 2 p.m. at the Kirkwood.
January
Yes,
Yeah, second Monday,
second Monday is January
Yes, it is.
2024.
8th. Now, this always comes up because we're going to be running around. Many volunteers have already come forward to say they will help. They'll knock on doors for proxies. I mean, so we'll have a pile of proxies here that everybody can take. So there's no excuse for somebody saying, oh, I haven't gotten the mail yet. But it's important that they don't fill in this particular top blank. Because if let's just say they want Leslie Jacobs to be their proxy holder, and Leslie decides to go see her grandson again, and she's not there, so the proxy's invalid. So if you leave it blank, it's going to go to one of the people on the board
Nobody's here.
who's going to be there. So try not to in grabbing or getting proxies. Try not to let them fill it in with somebody that could or could not be here.
Should be a board member then, right?
Well, you don't have to
You just
fill it
leave
in.
it blank.
If you leave it blank, it automatically goes to a board member. So that's the easiest way.
You never know, somebody gets hurt, they're in the hospital, and then that proxy's no good.
Okay? And of course, there's a yes or a no. And it's important. It's important that it gets signed. If it's not signed, it's not a valid proxy, okay? And even if you're gonna be at the meeting for quorum purposes or purposes that for counting purposes, everything else, if you get it, send it in right away. Or bring it in right away, even if you're gonna be there, because
We can.
this way we get the count up, we know what we need, and we'll probably try to get it done before the meeting. Getting a quorum that in there. Because I doubt very few people will come to the meeting. But you never know.
Would this be an appropriate task for the cluster advisors?
Well,
Can I
but,
speak to this a little bit, John?
Yeah.
You mind?
yeah, no, sure, no, this is not my meeting, sorry.
We've got the insurance committee
Yes,
working
yes.
on this. Insurance committee has a meeting on Wednesday, 2 days from today at 10 o'clock. Anybody who wants to come is certainly welcome. And we have a number of volunteers on that committee who have already spoken out about going out and getting proxies.
Mhm.
So we will organize that committee in a way that we know what's going on. Tiffany's working on that now to get proxies out and that people are actually knocking on doors,
Mhm.
making phone calls if necessary. So obviously you guys talk to your constituents. And so you have to tell them, get the proxies done, whatever. If you want some blank proxies, you can have them to give out, that's fine. But I want you to know that we've got an organization going on here that's trying to bring this thing together. And we'll be talking about that in detail on Wednesday.
So to answer your question, Pam, without this committee's trust, the answer would be yes, it would be
Okay.
something, but since they're taking this specific task on, it's,
Well, good for you guys.
yeah, but you would be normally right. Okay, so we got the first two, and now the third document is the cover letter to the owners, saying why we're having this annual meeting. It was written by Marv and myself, with Steve kind of looking over our shoulder. And there's no pride in authorship. We give it to you for your thought process.
Yeah, I got it.
And you'll notice on Chris's copy, it says when Dame in the paragraph, third paragraph, I think it is, fourth paragraph, that has been changed to what you have in front of you. It's been amended. There's no wind dame, it's wind damage.
John, the next to the last paragraph, the board has scheduled the unit order meeting for January. Should the date and place or anything?
Oh, yeah, we didn't have it at the time. That's why, that's a good point. 8 and 10 at 2 p.m.
And the location?
Yeah.
Which is.
Well, actually, yeah, I put it in here. Because I was thinking about, no, the next page. Normally you would put a separate page saying unit owner meeting, but if we include it in letter, it's considered statutorily correct.
On the
And
letter,
that's-
John,
Mhm.
can you say that you vote, sign, and return the enclosed proxy PDQ?
If I can fit it in, yeah, because we're trying to keep it to one page. But yeah, we can, it's an imperative, you vote, sign, and return the enclosed proxy
ASAP
Yeah.
ASAP, yeah.
or PFF?
PSS, which is,
PFF.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah, PFF, but I was putting PFF.
So John, are you suggesting taking off? You are unable to attend? If you're not gonna take that off, then I would suggest that it say, even if you're unable to attend. you should fill out the proxy.
Well, no, it would be especially if you are unable to
No.
attend.
Or, yeah, either way, but this looks like if you think you're gonna come, you're not gonna fill one out. And that could cause us some headaches.
Yeah, why don't we?
But I don't
just-
want to say even if you're unable to,
No,
No, why don't we just get,
Just say prior to the meeting.
yeah, there you go. Or by the meeting date. Prior
Like the
to or,
prior.
prior
Yeah.
to or by the meeting date.
superior you vote, sign and return the enclosed proxy by the meeting date.
By or before.
well, if you're gonna put in there an ASAP, you wouldn't really need that, would you?
Yeah, but I think this is better than
This is
ASAP.
better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds more professional.
But it's
Okay,
not
it's by or before
The meeting date.
the meeting date.
Now, another question, will there be extra proxies at that meeting should somebody show up without theirs?
Yeah.
Shove it at.
Well, we'll probably, we could have a ballot there. I mean, it.
Yeah.
Yep.
It will,
I'm hoping we don't need it.
Oh, I know, but you know, you have to take every precaution.
oh, no, you have to have something
Yeah.
there, yeah.
Anything else?
But
Nope.
I don't think it shows,
Speak up, Leslie.
I don't think that the way you like it shows how urgent it is to get the proxies in as soon as possible.
Without delay, without delay.
Imperative is a pretty
Yeah,
strong
I was
word.
gonna say imperative is a pretty strong word.
No harm in repetition.
Say imperative without delay. Use them all.
I know.
Do what?
Imperative without delay. That'll keep everybody happy.
Yeah.
Imperative without delay.
ASAP.
And returning closed proxy by or before the meeting date.
Well, if you wanna get it,
Don't
say
even say
yesterday,
you can
return it
just-
yesterday.
But you know, the less. The more direct you are, the less people. are
Actually, I
anxious.
hope people just read it.
Read into it.
Yeah, really.
No.
Okay, read it and don't consider it something. Well, I think if the volunteers go around and if they don't have a proxy and make it significant that this could save them a bunch of money,
Well, that's exactly what's gonna happen.
yeah.
That's what will happen.
Everybody good with the wording now?
I don't know why we have to go anywhere beyond ASAP. It is imperative to return the enclosed proxy ASAP. Enough.
It fit easier.
Yeah.
Cause I'm gonna have to crunch it now.
This one is mine now.
And all that or before the meeting date, so it gives it more leeway. We don't want leeway.
Well, you know, procrastinators,
It is
procrastinators ASAP doesn't mean the same thing as it might mean to you.
It is imperative you vote, sign and return the enclosed proxy ASAP. If you're unable to attend the
No,
meeting.
no.
Where?
Don't even say
Even
if you're
say
unable
if-
to
Yeah,
attend.
no, leave that out.
Yeah, leave that out.
Leave
Just
what out?
sign the damn
If you're
proxy.
unable to attend,
Oh,
just say.
Oh, yeah, get
vote,
rid of that.
sign, and return.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, you don't need that.
all right. Everything you put in, Marv, they're taking out.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
You know what, I don't even know what it says.
Wait a minute, what was the
Yeah,
word? Where's my word?
yeah, your word is considerable. The price difference between purchasing $92 million worth of wind damage insurance and a lesser of more realistic value, meaning is considerable, and Steve is saying substantial.
Oh, shouldn't that be or more real? Did you change it to or more realistic? No, you didn't. A lesser
Yeah.
of more, it should be or.
That's correct. Good, thank you. The price difference between purchasing $92 million of wind damage insurance and a lesser or more realistic value is considerable. Steve wants substantial.
That's good.
It's
Did you
substantial.
notice all the typos on that were in your sentence?
I like substantial.
There you go. I got somebody with me. I
It
don't
sounds
care. It
worse.
doesn't matter. I just, when I read it, that would be better as substantial.
Lots of money.
So are you
Put in
changing
lots
it
of
to
money.
substantial?
You have to mention the consideration.
Are you changing it to substantial?
I don't know. It's up to the board.
It does make it
Sounds-
more.
Sure,
Yeah.
change it.
Thank you. All right.
Okay, we're gonna confuse them enough as it is. Roger.
Yeah.
I'm glad I have spell check.
If it's a
okay.
word and it's not the right word, it'll still go through
Go
a spell
wrong.
check.
That's right.
Right.
Is everybody cool with this now?
Yep.
Do you need to hear it, read it again? I move that we accept all this stuff. Second.
Okay, so Mark Howard,
Move
it was
to
seconded by
Shannon,
Shannon Young,
Accept all this
accept
stuff.
all documents for mailing.
Get it in the mail.
do you want to vote or?
Well, we haven't, yeah, and then we'll schedule the meeting date itself, but this
Yeah,
is,
let's-
you're
I think- I
accepting the
think-
documents
I
for
think-
mailing.
There are 12 of us. I think we can just do it.
You can do it by claim, I'm sure, Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any
Is
of
anybody opposed? Nope. Okay.
I move that we schedule the meeting at whatever that date was you said.
January 8th.
Is there a second?
I second.
All right.
So you
Sam,
guys are here.
Gonna be at the church.
Yes.
Yes.
I would be wrong for Saturday.
Again, by claim.
When we're doing this.
Is there any objection to that?
No.
All right, done.
Awesome.
That's all you have on the agenda, to my knowledge. Other than comment,
Owner comment?
Comments?
director comment,
Director comments? Anybody?
Eat a cookie.
Owner comments?
Yeah, there was an article in USA Today, Jordan Fisher sent it to me. And I think it was also in the Herald yesterday, that there may be a second condominium company, insurance company, that has been approved for 2024. So I guess it would be important for our agent to have
check
some
into it.
contact with that company.
We just talked to him a few minutes ago.
he had a,
I'm sure he knows.
but we'll assure that that happens. It did seem to me that he seemed a little bit he
More
said that-
laxed.
Yeah, well, yeah, well, he said that it seems to be in some of the renewals that are coming in, they're not as high as anticipated. But that doesn't, he said, he can't guarantee they won't happen, what'll happen between now and March. But it seems to be that some pressures relaxed. I mean, there's increases, obviously, but 100% may not be where it's at. And if that's the case, then we're more than covered. No matter what we do.
I put that article on the website. There's
Great.
an insurance folder on the website that has, I think now 6 articles, all related to insurance in Florida.
Very good. Thank you, Chris.
Is there a way we could put an email blast out to alert people to start looking for this in their mail?
We can attach a proxy to the email blast.
That's gonna be discussed on Wednesday.
Okay.
Okay, but I think alerting people so they don't think it's junk mail and toss
Well,
it.
it's gonna, I don't know what it's gonna say. I'm not agreeing to any of that yet. I'm saying it's on the agenda for Wednesday.
Okay. Any other owners' comments? Lost our one. All right. I hear a motion for adjournment.
What, director's comment? The director.
Oh,
I have a question for Chris. Can I zoom in from Europe?
As far as I know, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Same number or do I need a different number?
If she's using her American phone, she can use the same number.
yeah, I think so. I think as long as you're using a US phone, you're all right. Yeah,
A cell phone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you submit your proxy, you won't have to come anyway.
Pardon me?
Submit your proxy, you won't have to worry about it,
No, but I'd like to be.
Of course you
yeah,
would,
coming
yeah.
to me.
because you're gonna be 6 hours, right?
Pardon me?
It'll be 6 hours.
Yeah,
difference.
that's when he said 2 o'clock. I
Yeah,
said, it's
so
fine.
it's 8 o'clock
at
for you,
night.
yeah, okay.
So she'll be drinking wine.
No.
I'm in my pajamas.
I moved to adjourn.
Okay, that,
I already did.
okay, Pam did. You can second, Mark. All right,